Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ruby. I probably look horrible today because I was trying to do my makeup very simple, and then suddenly I decided I wanted to put false lashes on, and so I did, and then I messed up everything, and so I ended up putting some eyeliner and I don't know how I look right now. Better hide it with glasses. For today's video, I am gonna do tips on traveling alone with an infant or toddler. If you guys have seen my Philippine blogs, you probably know by now that Sophia and I traveled alone twice. Just her and me, or I and her. Sophia and I traveled alone to the Philippines twice. First was when she was only 5.5 months old, and then the second time around is just last year, December, when my grandpa passed away. So yeah, we really had to go back, just the two of us, because I couldn't wait for Nick. Like the first time I did it, I told Nick I'm not going to do it again ever, but then I really had to do it. So yeah, I had to do it, so I did it anyway. You guys, it is really, I understand how you get so nervous before your trip, just you and your baby, and you don't know what to do. I understand all of that. Like, I've been there, done that. Like I really told Nick I am not traveling alone, just me and Sophia. It was horrible, it was so hard. But then here's the thing, if you really have to do it, then might as well, you know, get some ideas on how to do it, right? And I mean, I'm not an expert on traveling with an infant. This is just an experience. Like, this is just based on my own experience, like what I did, and you know, the things that went wrong or things that actually worked for me. Because before our trip, I decided on, you know, watching a bunch of YouTube videos and getting help, getting tips from people, and asking people around, like, hey, how did you do it? I have a friend, she's Japanese, and she travels to Japan every year with her kids. I made like list of things that I wanted to talk about on my notes. All right guys, this notes actually I did like back in June 19, 2017. Like, I've been meaning to do this video, but I was just like, I'll do it later, and then I forgot about it because life got so busy. But anyway, one of you guys commented on one on my video. I think it was like traveling alone with an infant for the first time, and somebody asked me to do tips on how to travel with an infant. So here I am doing it finally. Anyway, okay, the number one tip that I have is, oh, this one, even before your trip, before you buy a ticket, like before you buy a ticket, you have to make sure the travel days are found the days Wednesdays and Thursdays. But Sophia and I, we traveled on Wednesdays and then Thursday, I think. So I think I can tell you to travel on Wednesday and Thursday. Make sure those are the days that you're gonna pick, because those are the days that actually most of the airlines are not fully booked, and the airplanes are not, you know, full. So yeah, not so many people travel on those days. I don't know why, but it worked for us. And yes, make sure that you travel on the time when your babies or your toddler is actually sleeping, like taking her nap, or the sleeping time, so, or bedtime. So what I did, I picked the days like between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock, I think, for our trip. That was because here's the thing, we are traveling connecting flights from Las Vegas to LA, and then LA to Philippines. So for my Las Vegas to LA flight, I picked 4 o'clock, between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock trip. So it is 45 minutes from Las Vegas to LA, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Please don't quote me, I'm just saying what I have in my head right now. So yeah, so 45 minutes from Las Vegas to LA, and then when we get so Sophia is taking her nap, sleeping throughout the entire flight. So that's that. And then I would pick, for my long international flight, I would pick the bedtime for Sophia. So it really did work for us, because the entire time she was just sleeping, and it was so great for me. Like I didn't have to run around after her. I didn't have to do anything besides, you know, hold her, because she, I'll tell you guys later, but yeah, just hold her and nurse her, and then she would be sleeping the entire time, which is a lot better than running around, you know, or her crying the entire time. Next tip is don't overpack. I'm telling you guys, this is like really bad for me because I tend to overpack every time I travel. So here I am carrying a baby, and then I have my backpack, I have my suitcase, and yeah, so many things. Like it was just so hard. So I'm telling you guys, don't overpack. Just bring a backpack, a carrier, and stroller. If you really must bring your stroller, bring a stroller, because like for long walks, it is gonna save your back, it's gonna save you and the baby, you know. Being in the stroller is fun for some toddlers, just like Sophia. She loves being in a stroller, but then sometimes she gets, you know, tired of being in a stroller, so I put her in a carry-on. So the first time Sophia and I traveled, I brought a carry-on, no, a carry-on, a carrier, and then a stroller. The stroller that I bought, I will put the link down below. I got it off Amazon. It is an umbrella stroller, so it is very compact and tiny. So yeah, also lightweight. It's like 5 pounds something, very tiny, and also like so easy to fold and so easy to, you know, assemble. So yeah, don't overpack. Yeah, I'm not telling you how much diaper to bring, because you know your baby, you know your toddler, you know your kids more than I do. So I'm telling you, just bring however, like the amount of diaper that you think your kid will be able to use within, you know, the flight. If it's an international flight, bring more, but if it's just a, you know, domestic flight, then less is more. If that makes sense, because you have more room for other things. So for Sophia, I brought quite a lot. I think I brought like 10 to 15, because we had to travel from here to Las Vegas, from Las Vegas to LA, and then LA to the Philippines, and then Philippines, there we still have to travel domestic. So I brought a lot, and you don't know when you're in the airport, like if your baby makes a mess and have a blowout or something. So yeah, it's better to be ready than sorry. So just bring diapers that you think your baby is going to be able to use, also extra plus extras. Be organized. Have a small pouch for documents. Make sure, because you know when you get there, like the custom, and you don't want the like digging onto your backpack, digging through everything just to find your passport, just to find your ticket or your gate pass or all of that. So make sure to organize. Have a small pouch. Make sure it is also see-through. The last thing you want to do is to dig your purse to find your passport when you are in line having a baby crying or trying to run around. So next one is a week or two before your flight, call the airline before for any changes you want to make, or to request like I was the one who wrote this down, just can't remember because it was a long time ago, to request a bassinet for your baby. International flights normally have bassinets. They're placed under the bulkheads, and if the bulkhead is available, ask it to be reserved to you if possible. So this is one really good tip for you guys. Like if you are traveling international, like most of the airlines, they have this bulkheads, right? And ask for a bassinet, request for it. Like even you know that your baby won't be needing it, it is a lifesaver. Because for Sophia, she doesn't really like sleeping on a bassinet. She doesn't like sleeping on a crib. So the bassinet I just used for changing her. Like you don't want to have a baby that's full of, you know, her diaper is dirty, and then this line to the lavatory is really long. You don't want to be waiting there because your baby is probably going to be fuzzy and crying and all of that. So make sure to request for a bassinet. And also, here's one more thing that will give you more room. I told Nick about this, like, oh my gosh, this is such a lifesaver to request for a bassinet, because it will give you more room, leg room, because the bulkhead usually just, you know, bulkhead. So it has more room, like has plenty of leg room. And also sometimes they don't put like people there to sit, because I think they're saving it especially for moms with kids and traveling alone. So what happened both times that I traveled with Sophia, they gave me an extra seat for the baby. Like, I don't know if they really did give it to me, but I had an extra seat right next to me. So it was awesome, because I can put like my diaper backpack right there, and also Sophia's necessity, like everything that I needed, just, you know, easy and quick access to. So that was awesome to have it, to have an extra chair or extra seat for Sophia. Even if they didn't really intentionally give it to me, it just, you know, happened that that person who reserved the seat didn't show up or something like that. But that happened twice, so I think they gave it to me. So make sure to call the airlines, and also as soon as you get to the gate, ask for it, because sometimes they forget. They forgot with mine, with my trip from LA to the Philippines. I asked for it. I told them like I need a bassinet, and I called and I reserved for it. So they gave it to me. They told me, okay, and you know, I'll give it to you. We'll give it to you once you're aboard the plane or something. We are now. Make sure you bring a carry backpack. I already told you guys about this earlier. Make sure you bring a carry backpack or a sling. It'll be handy going through security and walking around the airport, because you are gonna have extra hand reach for your documents, to carry like whatever's necessary, to hold your phone if you need to call somebody, something like that. Or for me, on my case, I was holding a camera tripod because I wanted to vlog. If you must really have a stroller, it'll be great too, so you can rest your arms and shoulders from carrying a baby. So this is what I did the first time. So when Sophia was sleeping, I put her on the stroller, and then I just covered the stroller, and so she was asleep. Voila, I was free, and you know, I got to rest my shoulders from carrying her. And also somebody asked me about this, what she can bring, like what type of stroller. I already mentioned that it has to be this doesn't have to be, but you know, it's preferably for me, I prefer like the smaller stroller, because I'm small. And then also, yeah, like the umbrella stroller. And somebody asked me if they can check in a stroller. Yes, you can check in a stroller. Gate check-in, actually, you can check in your stroller. Well, at least domestic for me, I was able to check in my stroller gate on the gate here, and then I was able to get it in LA when we landed. And then I had it waiting for me on the, I don't know what you might call it, but on the walkway or pathway outside the aircraft. So I just had it there waiting for me as soon as we got off the aircraft. For PAL, I tried, or Philippine Airlines, I tried and I asked. They said that I cannot get checked in the stroller, and it has to be like for the final destination. So you can still check it in on the gate, but then they just said that, you know, it's gonna be on a final destination. So if you still have like a stop on the way or like a layover, then you're not gonna be able to get it until you reach your final destination, if that makes sense, because that's what they told me, at least. Okay, Philippine Airlines, don't ever try bringing a lot of baby foods, because on my experience, they gave me the baby food in a jar during our first flight. But then if you are traveling with different airline and you have a baby, bring some pouch foods, because I think it's easier to be to have like pouch foods instead of in a jar, because the jar is actually kind of heavy. With the China Airlines, during our trip to the Philippines again, just last year, December, I didn't bring any food for Sophia, because I know that she already eats whatever I eat. So basically I just fed her whatever I was eating that they gave us on the airplane. But I still brought snacks for her, because she gets hungry. Like babies, they get so hungry because they burn a lot of calories and they run around so much. So bring snacks, and also your own drinks, like milk or juice in like those tiny little pack or something. I think it is gonna be handy. Or somebody asked me also if they can bring like liquid or milk or baby food. Yes, you can bring all of those as long as they are not open, because on my experience, they had to check everything and then make sure that for example, the pouch foods, make sure that it's not open going through the security. Those what you call it now, those scanner thing, I can't remember what you call it, but anyway, yeah, make sure that the food is not open. So yeah, you can tell them it's still sealed, so it's okay. I think they're just making sure that you're not sneaking in things inside or something like that. But for milk, pump milk, yes, you can get it through that scanner, and you can bring pump milk like breast milk. Just make sure you tell them that yeah, you have a pump milk, and they'll see it, and they are just going to check it though. Like they will open every single bottle. So if you're in a hurry, you don't have a really long layover, don't bring any because they are going to check everything. Like yeah, that actually was a bad idea for Nick and I this time coming back here, because they had to check everything, and then we only had like an hour layover, so that took a lot of our time and we almost missed our flight. So yeah, if you know that you are gonna be having just very short time of layover, then don't bring any food or anything that could delay even further your flight or your layover time. So yeah, that's that. If it is going to be just a domestic airline or domestic flight, then it is good to bring some for your baby, because baby gets hungry so much. For me, it was just convenient and handy that I still nurse Sophia, so I didn't have to worry about anything. Also that she eats whatever I eat, so I can just feed her anything that I'm eating except for junks. So yeah, that's that. You can bring milk, and as long as you're okay having it checked by the security personnel. Also yeah, they check everything, even water. Water, I know that you cannot bring water for yourself, but if you tell them, if it's in like a sippy cup and you tell them that it's for your baby, then they're okay with it. So yeah. Okay, so if you are we have Sophia here now. She just woke up from her nap. I have to nurse her, I think. That I'm gonna be giving you if you're nursing, just like I am still. Bring a scarf to cover yourself, because it's also for your own good. Privacy. More thing, never bring pre-mixed formula. If you're if you are not nursing, don't bring any pre-mixed formula, because they will just dump it. Right? Next tip is dress your baby comfortably and always bring jackets. So what I did with Sophia, I dressed her in layers. Inside the aircraft is really cold, so always make sure that you bring jacket for your baby. And yeah, you are also bring extra clothes. This became really handy for me and Sophia, because she peed. I didn't know that. I think she drank a lot of water, so she peed and it went through her diaper, so it leaked out, and I was soaking wet. I was soaking wet, my pants, my shirt. So good thing I had extra clothes with me, so I was able to change. You might probably see that on my vlog, traveling with a toddler alone, which was, I will just put it in the link down below. Good thing I actually had extra clothes in my backpack, and so I was able to change. So yeah, bring a couple of outfits for you. Make sure it's just lightweight, like leggings and long shirt. Also extra outfits for the baby. Make sure you have like at least two or three extra outfits for the toddler or for the baby, because they get dirty so fast. So yeah, make sure you bring extra outfits for her and also for you. Try checking the outfit, the weather ahead of time. Like for example, for us, we were going to the Philippines. I know it's gonna be humid there, it's hot, so I just brought like romper for Sophia or dresses, appropriate outfit for her. But if you're going to a place where it's going to be cold, well then bring jacket and yeah, outfits like that actually can keep the baby warm on your final destination. Okay, make sure to bring toys for your baby or anything that can keep that can entertain the baby or the toddler. So for me, I had Sophia's iPad, I had candies, I had lollipop. I know it is going to be lollipop candies are not good, but trust me on this one, when you have a crying baby, you want to just give her everything that can make her stop crying. And normally bribing is really good, it works. Giving her candy or anything that, you know, can keep her entertained is good to have a lollipop, so the baby can suck on it and swallow during takeoff, because it is really hard on a baby during takeoff and landing. It's hard for their ears, like the pressure inside the aircraft is hard for their ears. So I don't know, Sophia was crying a lot during our first trip, or yeah, the first time we went to the Philippines. She was crying a lot because she had ear infection, so she was crying because the pressure inside the aircraft was too much for her to handle, I think. And so I just nursed her, and actually that helped a little bit, her swallowing. My camera just died, so I had to go get a new battery. So even for us adults, it is actually hard for us. The cabin pressure, sometimes it's like too much, it irritates us. So yeah, bring lots of toys. I brought iPad for her. I brought they have this like a activity book, and she can actually color it, but it's not like, it doesn't have ink or anything. You just have to put water, and then she can and then baby can color the picture on that activity book, which is awesome, because you don't want to have like ink everywhere, all over your clothes or the baby's clothes during the flight. So yeah, that one is awesome. I got that one from Walgreens, I think. You might be able to find it anywhere, like any stores near you. Make sure not to bring like really loud toys, because that could you know, get other people mad, like other passengers that are not used to hearing baby noises, baby toys noises. So make sure to bring the ones that are just very minimal when it comes to making noise, like those crinkly little pad thing. I had those during our flight. Also, I brought this like a noisemaker. If your baby is used to having a noisemaker before going to sleep, before going to bed, then make sure you bring one, because that will really help her, and also not just her, you especially you. Okay, also don't forget to bring pacifier. If your baby or toddler likes pacifier, always bring pacifier, and make sure you have those thing that has a clip. Those were really like a big lifesaver for me. I brought some on my way there, because you know, toys, they drop a lot. Like, you don't want to be picking up everything off the floor because it's dirty. Airport, they are dirty, full of germs. So make sure you bring those I don't know what you call them, but they're like lace thing, and then they have clip on the side, and then this side one you can clip onto the toy, and then the other one you can clip onto the baby's body or clothes. Like, you know, pacifier, you don't want that to be touching the floor or the ground on the airport. No, it is like germs are everywhere in there. All right, and now the next tip: know the flight crews or attendants, because they are going to be your lifesaver. On our trip, I didn't have anybody to watch Sophia, right? So when she was asleep, I was able to put her inside the bassinet, and I asked one of the flight attendants to watch Sophia so I could go use the bathroom, because I had to pee so bad. And then I didn't want to wake her up, because you know, that could wake up everybody on the plane. Don't be shy to ask. Also, don't be shy to ask help from, for example, you cannot ask help from the attendant. Don't be shy to ask help from the passenger sitting right next to you. If it's a woman, even a man, sometimes they help me. Actually, one like older guy helped me during my trip to the Philippines on December, because I was sitting right next to guys. Like, I had two guys both sides, so they were actually very helpful and friendly. They helped me because they saw me with a baby. And then on my previous trip, a woman actually held Sophia while I was eating. She told me, I can hold her so you can eat. So don't be shy to accept help, and also ask for help. If you're not comfortable where you're sitting, ask for help. Ask that attendant to move you to a different seat, and if they have extra room, extra seat, extra, then they are more than willing to help you move. On our first trip, the older lady actually right next to me complained how Sophia was crying a lot, so she called the flight attendant because she wanted to move, and actually the flight attendant moved Sophia and I instead of moving her. I don't know why. Treated inappropriately or not in the right way. Like, I'm a passenger and a baby can get so cranky during the flight, so if your baby cries, let her be. Like, all of these people on the airplane, they had babies, or some of them, if they're single, they had, you know, niece, nephews, and cousins. They probably like heard babies cry before, so don't even think about this other people, like, you know, staring at you, because they will stare. When your baby cries, they will stare. I still stare, and I've had Sophia, and then, but I could understand, like, for example, on our way here, the baby right next to us, younger than Sophia, she was crying, that sitting right across our seat, she was crying a lot because probably that was her first time traveling. And yeah, I stare because I wanted to help. I actually wanted to tell the mom, like, I could help and like I could do something, but you know, I just let them, because it is actually, it gives more pressure to the parents when you actually like trying to tell them what to do. Wait for them to ask help instead of you telling them what to do. Like, this happened to me with Sophia, and you know, with Sophia on our first trip to the Philippines. Like, all this like older women, because I was surrounded by older women, they were telling me what to do, and I was like, wait, I'm trying my best and I could do this. I know my better. I know my child better than them. I don't want to be mean, and I'm not that kind of person that will, you know, talk back to them. So I just followed what they were telling me. I know they were just trying to be nice, but sometimes it is actually better to just let the parents take care of the baby, because the pressure is too much. The baby crying, and then there's people around you telling you what to do. It gets too much, like, it gets overwhelming. Next one is, yeah, during takeoff or landing, make sure to feed your baby nurse. Give her pacifier, give her or him snacks, lollipops, whatever that actually they can suck in, make their ears pop, because that will definitely help for them not to cry during landing and takeoff. Yes. And also, the reason why they're crying during landing and takeoff, because I already mentioned earlier, the pressure inside the cabin is very, you know, it's too much for them, so it's hurting their ear, and yeah, that's why they cry. I already mentioned this. People will definitely stare at you when your baby's crying, but don't stress over it, or don't even panic. Just focus on making your baby comfortable. The reason why baby cry is because they aren't comfortable. A lot of people will try to tell you what to do, and it's not bad at all. You should be thankful, but in the end of the day, you are the mom and dad, or slash dad, so you know your child better than anybody else on the plane. So yeah, I wrote this all, guys, myself. Sophia cried a lot during takeoffs, but not so much during landing, because she was sleeping uncomfortable. So yeah, I maybe I should just read this, because I just go on tangent without even reading what I wrote. Yeah, I wrote this, guys, like last year, and I just forgot to make a video. Also, next tip: if a stranger offers help, accept it. Accept the help, because yes, it is, you will need it. Yeah, this video is like really long because I have a lot of ideas, and I have a lot of tips. Sorry, guys, but yeah, just be a mom. You're a mom. Babies will cry, and you know, you were able to give birth to that little human being, so I'm pretty sure you can do the flight by yourself. So I was able to do it, and I'm telling you guys, you can too. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope the video was helpful to you at all, and also I hope that this can help you on your trip to wherever you are going. And thank you so much for watching. Make sure you thumbs up down there, thumbs up, and also click that subscribe button down below. I'll be doing more mommy videos, and you know, I'm thinking of doing the KonMari method after I read this book. So thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day. Bye.